Okay, so this is my first attempt at, I guess, recording. I'm 29 years old. I will be 30 in October. I'm a mother of two kids, one boy, one girl. I am married. My husband is sleeping. You can't tell, but he's in bed, asleep. Well, I am a person who has multiple talents, and one being is I love to cook. I have worked for many fast food restaurants, and I have even gone through and put forth my 100% anywhere else I've worked. So I can kind of give an idea of every place I've worked, mainly, like I said, restaurants. After that, healthcare, and even in group homes. Worked at a dry cleaner and even at a gas station. I've worked at some retail. There he is. Just getting comfortable. Anyways, there's not much that I can say that's special about me. But I guess the biggest thing that's special about me is that I don't give up. Even when I'm faced with probably the worst thing that I could come face to face with, whether it's losing my job or being kicked out of a home or getting scammed or robbed. I don't know, I feel like at least once in everyone's life a few of these things occur. And I can honestly say that if it wasn't for the things that have happened to me, I wouldn't be who I am today. Recently, we just had the biggest Easter party that I've ever thrown. Could it have been better? Yeah. But I'm cheap, so most of the things I ordered were not very expensive. But they last a while. A good chunk of the items I've purchased are seriously very, what's the word? Sturdy. I've ordered lots of things for my home to make it look presentable, whether it's gardening equipment or just little, yard signs to make it look nice, decorative, lights. I love lights. Well, anyways, a little bit about me. There's not much to tell, but I can say that it's been a pleasure to be able to just speak out loud. And I'd love to talk and speak out loud with others as well. It would definitely make this more interesting. So I would love and hope that if there's anyone who would like to come on a podcast with me and we could talk about things such as food or interest, hobbies, music. I'm interested in just about whatever I can get my hands on, whether it's information about the latest technology or whether it's, a book that I don't plan to read, but I'd love to hear about. I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I know for a fact you don't have to be the smartest person in the world to make an astounding amount of money. And this is going to be my first attempt. myself out there and explain that I have suffered for most of my life with clinical depression, postpartum depression. I'm not going to say I'm schizophrenic. I have multiple thoughts in my head, and some sound a little more off-pitch than others, like another person, you know what I mean? But honestly, it's just me changing up the tones of my voice in my brain so I don't feel so insane, you know what I mean? Keep me sane. I feel like I have to adjust that tone, even if I know it's just me in my brain trying to connect the dots of the pieces of the puzzle, and, anyways, I know that things can be difficult when it comes to raising children and keeping a job, controlling emotions. I know I have a big problem with most of those things. And recently, I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia. So I'm consistently in pain. That's kind of what those pill bottles are over there, medication to help control the pain I feel throughout the day. I know that if it wasn't for those medicines, I don't think I could live with the feeling that I feel consistently daily. Anyways, I know everybody suffers with their own source of pain, source of hurt, and I'm no special than anyone else, but I know that I've been trying to put myself out there somehow to explain my specialties. At some point, like every kid, you want to be famous. I was one of those. Whether I was singing in class at school, or in the shower at home, or alone to myself with my earbuds in, alone. It's been a long journey, and it's still going. It hasn't stopped yet. So, life is challenging, but you can't let that get in the way of anything, because whether we like it or not, nothing will change if we don't make a change. And so this is me putting my foot into that open door that I needed to create for myself. If not, I was going to be in a slump for most of my life. And who knows how long it would take for me to get out of it. March 13th was the day I lost my job. Probably the hardest day I've had to go through. I didn't cry. I didn't break down. I smiled. Even though I knew that there were people there that didn't like me, who didn't see the hard work that I do every time I'd come in. But I appreciate everyone who I worked with. They were all wonderful people, whether they're wonderful by heart or just wonderful to those who they want to be wonderful to. Just getting comfortable, looks like. So if you want to come back and listen to me, just come straight to my page. My name is Stephanie Pena. really. That was my maiden name. Now it's Stephanie Strickland. I couldn't be proud. Me and my husband recently got married in December, so he's changed a lot. He's probably one of my biggest supporters, and I couldn't be where I am without him today. Even if it means being slumped down in the deepest, darkest slumps of life that can give me, I'm gonna be positive about it. Because he's around, he's here, he's by my side. Anyone who knows me knows that I've had quite a few relationships in my life, which is not the worst thing in the world. I mean, I'm human. Everyone who's been in my position knows who they are and knows what they've done and knows more than what people can talk about. I'm not the most beautiful girl in the world, and I'm not the worst looking woman in the world, but I am one of the brightest, I'd like to say, and I'm proud of that, because even when my kids are sad or they're upset because of something small, explaining to them and helping them out through the hard emotions is what children need in their life. And I am more than happy to make sure that they get the ability to control themselves, because having that sense of control is important in this life that we live, in this world, on this earth, with the people. I'm happy that whoever has come to listen has come to listen, and even though it's just me blabbering about, life and things and myself, introducing who I am, I hope that you can come back and join me for another sit through here and just listening. Maybe I can talk more about my specialties. Have a nice day. Enjoy the sun. Enjoy your home. Enjoy your kids, your wife, girlfriend, boyfriend. Enjoy your mother, father.
Hi, Mama.
And there's my little one now. Bye-bye.